and welcome to this very last Sunday of the Easter season. I'm Mrs. Cole, and today we're celebrating a special day called Pentecost. In today's story, we'll hear about Jesus sending the Holy Spirit to his disciples, but also giving them an important and very powerful gift. Do you know what that was? Well, let's find out. We'll begin with a prayer. Thank you, O Lord, for sending us the Holy Spirit. May we forgive others as you taught us. Amen. So in our gospel story today, Jesus has gone back to heaven and his friends miss him. But suddenly he appears to them and he gives them the Holy Spirit to guide them so they won't be alone. He also gives them a very special message about peace and forgiveness. So every year on Pentecost, we celebrate that Jesus gives us the Holy Spirit to guide us and to help us. So let's see what's in the Bible bag and learn more. Well, first, we have a lock. We've seen this before, haven't we? Ever since Easter, we've been hearing stories about Jesus' friends locking themselves in rooms and hiding because they were afraid that they might be arrested the same way Jesus was. In today's story, they hide once again, but Jesus comes right in through the locked door. And then he shows them his hands and his sides so that they know it's really him, Jesus, and not a ghost or something. Now here we have a letter with a message inside the envelope. In today's story, Jesus had a message for the disciples too, that it was their turn to preach the good news about God's love and to heal people and to make new disciples all over the world. That was a really big job, of course, and he knew they would need some help. So in today's story, he sends the Holy Spirit to help them. And here we have a dove. Do you remember last week we saw a dove in the picture and the dove said to stay tuned? Well, the church has a number of symbols to help us imagine and understand the Holy Spirit, and a dove is one of them. Another symbol of the Holy Spirit is little tiny flames of fire that look like this. Did you know that the priest wears red vestments on Pentecost, and the people in church often wear red too? Well, that's because red reminds them of fire. And it helps us imagine that the Holy Spirit has set our hearts on fire to love Jesus and to love each other the way he did. In fact, let's light this red candle as another reminder. So, we have learned that fire and a dove are two ways that we imagine the Holy Spirit. And in this picture, we have both of them. Here is the dove, and here are the little flames of fire that are descending upon the people. The person over here says, well, now, this is awesome. And that's right. The power of the Holy Spirit is awesome. We can pray for guidance anytime to the Holy Spirit to help us lead awesome lives. And look at this. It's a little birthday cake. Did you know that Pentecost is often called the birthday of the church? It's because it's the day that the apostles received the Holy Spirit and the courage to share the good news with everyone. You know, Jesus didn't want the apostles hiding away. He wanted them to spread God's message of peace and forgiveness to everyone in the whole wide world. Well, those disciples were so excited and so inspired with everything that they had learned that they began telling everyone about Jesus and how much he loves us and how much he wants us to follow him. The message began to spread, and that's how the church got started. So now it's 2,000 years later, and we still remember the coming of the Holy Spirit on Pentecost, the church's birthday. And here we have Jesus. Let's hear the story. Our reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. The disciples were afraid of the Jewish leaders, and on the evening of that same Sunday, they locked themselves in a room. Suddenly, Jesus appeared, in the middle of the group. He greeted them and showed them his hands and his side. When the disciples saw the Lord, they became very happy. After Jesus had greeted them again, he said, "I am sending you just as the Father has sent me." Then he breathed on them and said, "Receive the Holy Spirit. If you forgive anyone's sins, they will be forgiven. But if you don't forgive their sins, they will not be forgiven." This is the good news of the Lord. And that's our Bible story for today, where we learn about the Holy Spirit and that Jesus gave his disciples the power to forgive sins. That very same power is given to priests when they are ordained, which is why we go to priests when we want our sins to be forgiven. God wants us to be loving and forgiving too, to forgive people when they hurt us. He even sent us the Holy Spirit to help us be more forgiving. So this week, can you practice forgiving anyone who hurts your feelings or is mean to you? Can you pray to the Holy Spirit to have a forgiving and kind heart? Whenever our hearts are made bigger and we're more loving, we help make the world a better place, just as Jesus taught us. So let's end with our prayer. Thank you, Lord, for sending us the Holy Spirit. May we forgive others as you taught us. Amen. So until next week, be kind, be forgiving, remember that Jesus loves you, and happy Easter. Alleluia! Jesus is risen.